following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the TFangy coming to you with a quick collection update video. In the thumbnail of the video, I decided to just show you the top of one of the boxes of one of the Transformers figures I recently added to my Transformers collection. So, without further delay, let's show you my latest haul of Transformers action figures. Some of these figures came from eBay, and some actually came from my local Target store, and others came from Target's website, and I'll explain that later on in the video. So, first up, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel already, if you check out the community post, this first group of Transformers action figures that I added to my collection are ones that I kind of already showed everyone that I already added to my collection. Actually, but I decided to do a video of it here anyway, since the other Transformers figures I got, I figured doing a video about them only might not be as interesting. But first up, the first group of Transformers that I got last week at the same time on eBay was these figures right here, the Transformers Legacy Evolution Core Class Dinobots, Slug, or Slag if you prefer him by his G1 name, and also Sludge. And along with them, I also have Grimlock and Scorn, or sorry, Scar. Alright, keep getting Scar's name mixed up. And lastly, we have Dinobot Swoop, and am I forgetting someone? Oh yeah, of course, Snarl. So yes, I finally managed to add to my Transformers collection all 6 of the Legacy Evolution Core Class Dinobots. So here are all 6 of them. 6 of them here. I'm really thrilled to have these guys in my collection. I waited until the last of the Dinobots, which was Snarl here, was released before getting these guys and adding them to my collection, because I was actually put off by the overall designs of the Core Class Dinobots, and there's just something off-putting about some of them, particularly Slug and Scar and out of all of them, the one Core Class Dinobot that turned me off getting these guys was Sludge, especially the way his robot mode is designed as being a part of the Dinobot's main gimmick of all 6 of them combining into the first Core Class sized combiner, Volcanicus. It's rumored, there's a lot of speculation amongst Transformers fans and collectors as to whether or not if the Core Class Dinobots and Volcanicus, if they'll be repainted into the dinosaur Transformers that combine to form the small-sized a G1 combiner of Dino King, or if maybe Dino King might even be if Volcanicus might even be repainted and re-released as Monstructor, but that's just pure speculation right now amongst fans. No official confirmation yet, but yeah, it was really thrilling that I was able to get all 6 of the Core Class Dinobots at once, and the main reason why, after most of the year going on without giving a thought of collecting them, is because I looked around my collection of Transformers Legacy Evolution action figures, and I noticed that I had, despite my fear a few months ago of when I lost my old job and before I got my current job, I was afraid that I might not be able to get all of the Transformers action figures in the Legacy Evolution line, but as you can tell by the tower of Legacy Evolution boxes that I still have to open up and review, I was successful, and so I looked around and noticed the Core Class Dinobots were the only mass retail released Legacy Evolution figures I didn't have in my collection, so I figured why not get them and add them to my Transformers collection when I've seen, despite mixed feelings that Transformers fans and collectors have had about the Core Class Dinobots, overall everyone's enjoyed having 3-inch tall action figures of the Dinobots in their collection, and the ability to combine into Volcanicus is a nice added bonus for G1 fanatics. But in addition to the Core Class Dinobots, basically with Volcanicus in my collection, I did successfully go completist, and I have all of the Legacy Evolution Transformers action figures that were released at mass retail. I haven't gone fully completist on the Legacy Evolution line. Some of the exclusives I have not gotten and most likely will not get, such as Generation Selects Antagony. I have no interest in getting that figure. Also, Legacy Evolution Power Links Hotshot with Minicon Jolt. As much as I want to get the Jolt Minicon figure, I cannot justify the price tag that Power Links Hotshot is going for on Hasbro Pulse. I believe it's about $45, which basically means that Jolt, along with the new laser guns and the blast effects that are sold in that box set, all that stuff is worth $10 more, and I personally believe that it's not. Uh, so I will not be getting any of those exclusive Transformers action figures. I wanted to get the exclusive Generation Selects Legacy Evolution Titan class Guardian Robot / Omega Sentinel, but the cheapest I've seen that figure going for, I probably won't get it at this point, but I'm still hopeful that maybe later this year, towards Christmas, I'll be able to finally get the Generation Selects Legacy Evolution Guardian Robot. But that said, Ed, there is one more Transformers action figure that I've added to my Transformers collection, and it's one that I was really excited to get. I was a little bummed out when I found out this figure wasn't being released in East during late July / early August, which is when the other exclusive Transformers similar to this one were released, and that it was pushed back until it'll release recently and easily right now almost halfway through October. But I'm glad that I was finally able to get the Transformers Legacy Evolution Buzzworthy Bumblebee, the True Oop Builder multi-pack. So yes, this is the latest box set of Transformers Generations figures that have been released in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. I had said I just mouthed off that this was part of the Legacy Evolution line, but now that I'm giving the box a good look over, the Legacy Evolution logo is absent from it, but it is part of the Transformers Generations line. So basically, by all accounts, this is a part of the one of the Legacy Evolution exclusive sets of Transformers figures, even though in actuality it's not. But I don't care. There, I still enjoy the figures you get in this 4-pack, and these are all generic army building troop Transformers that don't really have names, and they're basically just almost like the stormtroopers from Star Wars, where they're basically nameless soldiers that exist in hordes. Hordes, you've got the generic Decepticon Seeker from Season 1 of Transformers Generation 1. You've got the Quintesson Trooper, which is basically a repaint of the Quintesson Bailiff from the Earthrise line. The Decepticon Seeker is a repaint of the Earthrise Ice Seeker mold, and then you've got the Transformers, has the longest name, the Transformers Generation 2 Universe Cybertronian Trooper. These are based off of the mindless Trooper Ooper robots that served under G-Axis in the Transformers Generation 2 comic books. And then you have, it's being called the Transformers Animated Universe Auto Trooper. The Auto Troopers were basically almost like the generic police officers of the Autobots in the Transformers animated cartoon show. They were actually introduced to the Transformers franchise before, or Transformers animated in a Transformers franchise, but I'll get into that before when I actually get around to reviewing this set. And these three figures right here, the Quintesson Trooper, the G2 Trooper, and the animated Autobot Trooper, they all come with alternate head sculpts. The first head sculpts that these figures come with are the ones that are depicted here on the artwork. Where you've got the Bailiff's head for the Quintesson Trooper, you've got the mostly green head for the G2 Trooper, and then you've got the teal visor and black goggles head for the Auto Trooper. And then when you come here to the top of the box, it shows the alternate head sculpts that the figures come with. So for the Quintesson Trooper, you've got the Alicon head, and for the G2 Trooper, you've got the mostly white skull-faced head with the green horns, and then for the Auto Trooper, you've got the red visored face with the red goggles, Ogle's head on top. And then, of course, also here on these pictures on the tops of the boxes of the heads, you've got the faction logos. So for the Decepticon Seeker, it's a Generation 1 Decepticon. The Quintesson Trooper is part of the Quintesson faction. So it's amazing that the Hasbro and Takara Tomy didn't use the mercenary faction from the Earthrise line. They brought out a brand new design for the Quintesson Troopers, and oddly enough, the face sculpt actually looks like the face that talks to Optimus Prime in the G1 cartoon when he comes back to life, and he tells Optimus Prime how to defeat the hate plague. So that's interesting to see there. And then for the G2 Troopers, you've got the G2 Decepticon logo, which is modeled after the head sculpt for, I believe it might be, yeah, it might be based. I thought I read that the G2 Decepticon logo was based off of the Generation 2 version of Soundwave. I could be wrong because the Generation 1 Decepticon logo is based off the face sculpt of Generation 1 Soundwave. And last but by no means least, you've got the for the Auto Trooper, you've got the Auto Trooper logo, which is basically the Autobot logo with an additional sculpting around it, which makes it look like a police badge. So the Auto Troopers have their own unique faction symbol right there. Even though they serve the Autobots, they're part of the Autobot police force. So that's nice to see that there. Yeah. So here's the basically overall view of the box. The reason why I said that this box can be regarded as being part of the Legacy Evolution line is because this is the third box. This is the third four pack of Transformers figures that fall under the Transformers Generations banner, and it's the same size box as the previous four packs of the released in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, which were the Worlds Collide 4-pack in 2021 and the Creatures Collide 4-pack that was released last year in 2022. Those two box sets, despite being released in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, they were part of they were repaints of figures released in the War for Cybertron trilogy, and technically 3 of the 4 figures in this 4-pack fall into that category as well for being repaints of War for Cybertron trilogy Transformers action figures. So yeah, figures. So yeah, this is by all accounts can be regarded as a Legacy Evolution figure, and I apologize for repeating myself over and over again, but I have to repeat what I say at work every day, so repetition is going to be a part of my vocabulary for quite some time. But yes, I'm really thrilled with this 4-pack. I was really excited when it was announced, and I wanted to get multiple copies of it because all 4 of these Transformers action figures, they are designed. They're basically all as the multi-pack's name implies. They aren't individual Transformers with individual names and identities. They are just army building troop Uber soldier Transformers that just do what they're told. Oh, they don't really have minds or personalities of their own. So these are army building Transformers action figures, and for me personally, a decent number for when it comes to army building Transformers action figures. In the years that I've been collecting army building Transformers action figures, I found that either a 4 or 5 is a decent number when it comes to army building Transformers armors, and all of the recently released army building Transformers action figures that have come out over the last few years. I've gotten either 4 or 5 copies. I only get 5 copies if there's a leader amongst the troopers, but if there isn't, then I just get 4 copies because I feel 4 is a decent amount of army building number for Transformers action figures like these. And so, just like all previous uh, army building Transformers figures that I've added to my collection, I went ahead and army built the Buzzworthy Troop Builder multi-pack by getting 4 copies of it. So yes, I have 4 copies each of these 4 Transformers action figures. I might do the I might swap the heads on at least 2 of them. So 2 of the I won't do the head swapping on the Quintesson Trooper since I have 4 copies of the original Earthrise Alacon figure that it's repainted from. So the Alacon head, since I have 4 copies of that, I'll just use all 4 on this one as well. But for this, the G2 Trooper and the Auto Trooper, I will have 2 copies that use these head sculpts up here, and then I will have 2 that have the 2 head sculpts pictured on the box art. One of the main reasons why the Decepticon Seeker is the only one that doesn't have a swappable head is because there, as the only other head designed for the Seekers was the cone heads, and Thrust, Sturgeon, Ramjet were the only cone heads that were ever made. And also, unlike the other figures here, the head sculpt for the Earthrise Seeker mold, it's the head sculpt on this mold is not designed to be easily removable, so. Oh, but I personally don't care because I'm just really thrilled that I was not only able to get this set, but I was able to get the number of copies that I did. A lot of Transformers fans and collectors have been debating whether or not the price tag for this is worth it for these Transformers figures, but for me personally, I believe it is, and I'll go into details why when I get around to reviewing this. But just in case I forget to go into those details, I'll say it right now. The price tag for this box set, that is $78, and I personally believe that it is worth it for this because separately, these 4 Transformers action figures, 1 Voyager and 3 Deluxes, it'll ring you up individually sold. That all these figures would sell for $110 here in the United States, and so for all 4 of them to go for just $78, you're basically saving $32. So you could joke that you're technically getting one of the 3 deluxe class figures in this box set for free, and then you're just paying for the other 3 when you compare it to retail price. So yeah, I believe that it's worth the price you pay for this box set. It's definitely one of the best deals of the current year of 2023. So yes, that's my latest haul of Transformers action figures. The video's gone on a lot longer than I wanted it to, but I hope you guys will bear in mind here with me. I wanted to record a video review the other night, but the hours at my new job are very long, and I'm always mentally exhausted at the end of the day. So hopefully, I'll be able to give myself enough motivation to finally get my next review out tomorrow night. It won't be on the Core Class Dinobots or the Trooper Multi-Builder Multi-Pack yet. I want to get some of the older Transformers action figures I bought earlier in the year out of the way, so I'm really behind in my Transformers reviews, and I keep making myself farther behind because I keep buying more Transformers action figures than I can record reviews of. But to all of my current number of subscribers, I thank you all for sticking around. And I promise the reviews are coming. I just need to motivate myself to get them done. So thank you guys all so much. And until next time, you guys, this has been the TF Angie. Thank you for watching my latest haul of Transformers action figures. Even though this is just a collection haul video, I recommend. And if you enjoy the Dinobots, and you like the idea of them combining, then give the Core Class Legacy Evolution Dinobot a try. And I definitely recommend, if you can, even if you only have enough money to buy just 1 copy, I do recommend you get the Troop Builder multi-pack. If you want to have multiple copies of these, but you can't afford to buy a whole lot, then I do recommend getting 2 of them. That way you can have at least 2 versions of these figures. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and until next time, you guys, this has been the TF Fan Geek. Stay safe, stay healthy, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.